it's really honing our skill around asking the right question and being able to iterate on that question until you get there. And so an example that I did literally just yesterday, and I'm going to fail on the exact words, but the gist of it was a survey on how people think about love today. And and so I have a bunch of open-ended data, and I just paste that into my OpenAI, say, please summarize the key points. And then from there, it does a brilliant job of summarizing the key points, identifying and then summarizing those points. And then I asked it to rank order those points from most important to least important, et cetera, et cetera. And so, as you kind of like iterate through with this functional research assistant, then you're able to get to something that's very rich, which then you can embed in your report and creates a much more compelling story than something like traditionally we might use a word cloud for this type of data and try to like hypothesize the why of it. But anyway, that's like another little hack that we can employ that whole process took me less than 10 minutes.
We've seen the explosion of knowledge management platforms in the industry as a distinct subsector. Fundamentally, this technology does do that, right? And there's a whole secondary research is a part of the research industry. Librarians are part of the research industry, at least tangentially, knowledge workers. And on that side of things, I mean, the implications for curating information, for curating, finding, summarizing information, regardless of form factor, is pretty astounding. I mean, it really does change things. Rather than spending, some of the knowledge management platforms are $1 million annual contracts, and they're basically taxonomies, right? You have to structure the data and you put it in. Theoretically, things like ChatGPT, they just do it. It just does automatically in so many ways, and can make that so easy, and with the ability to query the data, right? I mean, I think that the implications for every research organization, every buyer side organization says that they waste so much previous research. It just goes up on, into a folder, and it just sits there. Companies like Lucy AI, I mean, they've been trying to make that a far more efficient process, utilizing AI so that you can go through all of your historical data and find salient points. And we're there now, right? These technologies allow that.
You don't have to worry about creating commonality across projects. You can create discoverability, accessibility and discoverability. Those are the two things. Just through the implementation of the technology inside of your install. And now all of a sudden I can say, in the last year, what do males age 18 to 24 think about X? And it will come up with a point of view based on the data reservoir. And that's a pretty remarkable, that's been the holy grail that nobody has achieved. And the infrastructure is such where you don't have to, the technology can functionally be bolted on, which now creates this, all those projects that you've got are now the asset moving forward, as opposed to having to have them all scripted and constructed and et cetera, et cetera.